Good morning, students. Is my voice audible? Is my voice audible, students?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, okay. So, in the previous lecture, actually, we are uh, giving some example of the how to find out the CG and MI, right? CG and MI for any line, curve, any 2D geometry like that, right? Have you remembered that thing that you have to find out the CG and MI for a parabola, right? And if two different line, suppose one in straight and one is have a some circle equation, if they two are cut, then the intersect portion, what is the CG and MI for that portion, right? In the previous day we already discussed this thing. So today we have started, if means previously we use for finding out the CG and MI the integration method. So today integration is nothing but, suppose integration, what the integration mean? Integration mean it is nothing but the summation of all a series. So suppose if in exam this type of question will come, suppose one this is your body, okay, and you have to find out CG and MI for this body. And here you can see this is your question. Actually the question is like that. So if it is your question, then how to find out the CG for this type of body, that is your question. Clear? My voice is audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So to solve this type of problem, you have to use the formula, which one I already discussed in the previous lecture, that xg is nothing but similar to integral. Here also we can use only the summation, and that summation of, as this is a 2D geometry, so it is a area. Clear, right? So a I means the number of areas are there. So here we can say, suppose we can do in a different way. Suppose we can choose this is the first section, this is a rectangle, second this one is the triangle, and third this one is the circle. So from this rectangle we have to deduct these two area. Clear? These two area we have to deduct, then only we can get simply our questioned area. So to do that, first is the summation of ai into xi, means the distance from the x-axis of any point, divided by the summation of ai. Clear? That is the xg formula. Similarly, what I told about yg, yg is nothing but summation of ai into yi divided by summation of ai. Clear? These two formula, if you remember, then this problem is very, very easy to solve. Okay. Let's start to solve this type of problem. Here, first, to do this, you have to prepare some section. So suppose this is the element. So element means how we can define. First we have to define the, first we have to define this portion actually. Okay, draw yourself also, huh? Suppose this is given 4 centimeter, this is given 6 centimeter, this is given, this is given Total is 8, huh? 8 centimeter. This is 5 centimeter, and this is 3 centimeter, and this is your, sorry for my bad drawing, uh, this is 4 centimeter. Okay, so if it is your question, then make a table first. First one is elements, second one is area of each element, third one is distance from x-axis, distance from y-axis, and summation of ai xi and summation of ai yi. Okay, so first make the each element. So element number 1, we this is, take this one as a area 1. Okay, this one, okay, so this is one portion, 4 centimeter and 6 centimeter, right? Cross section. Another one is the this triangle, another one is the uh, another one is the this area, this one. Okay, another one is the this portion. The color is not changed. This portion. So let's start the equation of why it is not changeable. Huh. So element 1. So element 1, what is the cross section area? Means area is nothing but the AI actually. Huh? So 4 into 6, this portion is 24, and xi. So xi for element 1 is which one? Along x-axis, right? So along x-axis it is how much for element 1? Element 1 it is 4. So xi is nothing but the middle of that. So that is 2, right? So that's why it is 2. And for y, this is total 6. So divide middle, that is a 3. So it is 3. And similarly, area 2. Area 2 is how much? For element 2, what is the area? For element 2, this triangular portion, the area is how much? Half into base is how much? 4 into height is how much? Half, 3. So that is 6 cm square, right? For element 2. So for element 2, this is 6. And the x is how much? As you know, that is for triangle, the centroid is at the 1/3 position, right? So if it is 1/3 of distance, so it is 4, na? As per question is 4. So the xi is for element 2 is nothing but the 4 plus 4 by 3, because this is your 0, 0 axis, right? So from here it is 4 and then this portion 1/3. So 4 by 3. And for y, for yi, this is how much? 3 plus 3 by 3. This one, no? This is 3 plus 1/3 this portion, 1/3 of this. So this is also 3. So 3 by 3. And for element for element 3. So here element 3 is this one. So this one, if it is element 3, so x is how much? Xi, this is total 4 and this is 4 by 2, right? So it is 6. And along y it is 3, so y is 3 by 2, means this portion. So this point is the centroid, so this is nothing but 4 plus 2 and 3 by 2. Clear? So this is along x. Along x is 4 plus 4 by 2. Along y is 3 by 2. And the 4 and 3, na? 3 and 4. 4 into 3. That is the area. Clear? And that is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Minus this total portion, right? So this total portion is, if we consider as 4, then if we consider this area as a 4, then the center is, what is the position of this? This is the, along x it is 4, along y it is 3, right? So the area is pi r square, and along x it is 4, along y it is 3. Okay, so if it is like that, then you have to find the AIXI. So AIXI is what? AIXI is 24 into 2. So 48. 24 into 3 is AIYI. That is 72. And here it is 4 plus 4 by 3 is what? 4 plus 4 by 3 is nothing but 5.33, na? And 3 plus 3 by 3 is 4. So 6 into 5.33. So it is nothing but the, what is the value? 32, I think 32. And this is again 24. 6 into 4. And this is 12. And this is, as it is given in question, that this is 4 centimeter of diameter, right? This is 4 centimeter of diameter. So if it is 4 centimeter, then the radius is 2. So pi into 2 square means 4. 3 4 12. This is how much then? 12.6 maybe you can calculate yourself. And so if it is 12, and one thing that is this one have a radius, a circle of radius this much. So this is your 2 and this is your 2, right? So if it is like that, in that case your xg yg is this one. Sorry, your for part 4 the xi yi is 4 and 3. So if it is 4 and 3, so how much? 14 12.6 into 4 this is nothing but 50 point something na, and 3 this is approx 38, right? And this is approx 50. So if it is like that, you now what we have to do, you have to simple do xg is a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus a3 y3 plus a4 y4 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4. Similarly, so just put this value na, you know a1 x1, a1 x1 is a1 x1 is 48, a2 x2 is 32, a3 x3 is, this is how much? This is actually 6, this is 1.5, this is 72, this is 20, 18. So a2 x2 is 32, a3 x3 is 72, a4 x4 is 50. Okay, so you just have to put these values here, and instead of a1 y1 just put this area of each segments you have to put. So in such a manner you can easily find out the centroid of these composite uh, elements or segments. And similarly yg also same, a1 y1 plus a2 y2 plus a3 y3 plus a4 y4 divided by a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4. Clear? Actually this type of problem we can solve in a different manner, means based upon the segment which one we have chosen. So I can show you in different way we can find out, in all case we can get the same value or same answer. That is, suppose it is your, in question suppose it is given like this na, in question suppose it is given, so you can do the math. Consider this is your first element, this is your second element, this is element, means which one we have done, element 1, element 2, element 3 and element 4, right? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 4. Sorry, one thing that should be here actually minus, because it is deducted na, this one minus, so here also it is minus. Hmm. Similarly, we can do the same problem in different manner. How we can solve this type of problem in a similar manner? This is, take, I already told na, that take the total minus this segment, means deducted this segment and also deducted this segment. Then you can get the same thing. Hmm? Similarly, also you can do this thing. Suppose this is your question, okay? you can take these portion total, means this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and deducted this portion, you can get same thing. So in a 3 or 4 different way you can get different types of area, and but in all cases the CG always same. So up to this, is it clear? Any question, anyone? Hello, is my voice audible, students?
Yes, sir.
Means up to this, any query? Is it clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's start another type of problem. This is a composite type of problem. Another problem. Yes, I shall send you all the notes in groups by today evening or tomorrow morning. I shall send all the things. So another type of problem, that is, suppose in question it is given that you have to find out the centroid of any L section. Suppose this is your L section and you have to find out the CG for this L section. Clear? Suppose this type of question come in exam. So how you can solve this type of problem? There is a two things, by two way you can divide this section. Na? One is you can take the whole thing and miss this part 1, this is part 2. Na? You can take 1, 2, or you can take this one as your part 1 and this one and this one is 2. Na? In both way you can solve. In both way you can get the same answer. So let's start. Suppose it is given, what can we can say, suppose this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Take this one of magnitude 12, take this one of magnitude suppose 8, take this one suppose a magnitude of 10, and each width is take as 2. Suppose it is given here. So to solve this type of problem you have both option available, right? Now first we have to do the some naming. So we can calculate based on this area. So if it is like that, first make some naming. So that is, suppose this is A, this is B, this section is C, and this section is D, E, F, G. Okay, suppose this is your each section. So one section is means element 1 is A, B, C, G. Clear? Of area is how much? 10 into 2. Another one is element 2, that is G, D, F, E, F. That is 8 into 2. Clear? Now to find out the xg, what we have to do? Simply a1 x1 for two elements are there, so a2 x2, right, by a1 plus a2. So a1, this is a2 and this is a1, right? So a1 a2 we can easily find out, that is 20 cm square, 16 cm square. Now what we have to find, that is x1 and x2, and similarly for yg is a1 y1 plus a2 y2 by a1 plus a2 na? So similarly y1 and y2, so we have to find these two things. So for element 1, x1 is how much? 2 divided by 2, as it is a centroid na, middle. This is your a b c g, so this is actually your coordinate na, here this is your coordinate, this is your 0 0. So from here it is started, so one position is here, another position is here na. So if it is like that, then if this is your middle one, so it means this is 2 divided by 2, and along y1 it is how much? It is total is how much? Total is 10, so 10 by 2, that is 5, this is 1 cm. Similarly for element 2, that is x2, it is how much? Element 2 is this one, so this is total 8, so 8 divided by 2, that is 4 cm, and y2 is, this is 2, so 2 by 2 na, this is 2 total, oh 1 cm. So just simply put these values here.
Everyone explain x1, sir.
X1, okay, as this is your question, right? So here it is 0 0, this portion means as per numbering, this is your point f na, this is point f. So this one is 0 0. So from here I have taken this section, means we can divide this question into two part na, either this one or this one, both, in both way we can solve. So I solve in this manner. So in this manner if I solve, then this is your 10 and this is your 2, and for section 2 this is your 8 and this is your 2. And if I solve these in the first manner, means in this manner, then this is maybe your 6, this is 2, and this is, instead of 10 this should be 12, and there it is also 2. So 6 2 or 8 2, and here 10 2 or 12 2. In both way you can solve. So I solve in this manner. So if it is 10 and if it is 2, then the middle of that, what is this? The middle, that is 2 by 2 along x, and along y is 10 by 2. So that's why it is a 1 and 5, this coordinate, na? This coordinate. And similarly for x element 2, this is 4 and this is 1. Okay. There have this is the first thing. So now what we have to do, as I have already taken this portion, up to this is it clear, right? So now what we have to do, as I have taken already this length, instead of this length I have taken this one as a 10. So x1 final, sorry, y1 final, which will come, that is, this is your y1, means this is also different means first you have to solve this thing and put this value here, that is a one method. Another method actually I am talking about, that is, suppose a composite it is there, in a composite you have to directly apply this. So what you have to do, take this point, and what is the position of this point? This point is nothing but this is your 2 and this is your along y, this is your 5. So this should be your 7. Okay, in such a manner, you can also solve this type of problem. Okay, let's do this one first. Na? One by one, we can solve so that you can easily understand this thing. So for xg, xg is a1 x1. So x1 is your 1 and y1 is your y1 in this case, right? In this case, y1 is 5. So y1 final 5 plus these 2. So 5 plus 2 cm. So that is 7. So that is your y1 final. And x2 similarly, sorry, element 2, that is your x2. x2 is from this 0 coordinate, so that is your 4. And y2 from this 0, so that is also 1. So x1 is, a1 is how much? A1 is 10 into 2, that is your a1, into x, for finding out xg, x1. So x1 is 2 by 2, 1, plus a2 is how much? 8 into 2 into x2 is 4, right? Divided by 10 into 2 means a1 plus a2, 8 into 2. And for finding out the yg, wow, what happened? For finding out the yg in the similar manner, you have to simple do yg 10 into 2 into y1. y1 is, y1 means y1 final actually. Final means actually this is your element 1, but from coordinate, what is the distance of this point along y-axis? Everything you have to do along from the coordinate, actually from the 0 0. Here it is 5, right? But from the coordinate, that point distance is 5 plus 2, so that's why it is 7. So that's why it is 7, plus 8 into 2 into y is how much? y2, y2 is 1, divided by 10 into 2 plus 8 into 2. Anyone have any query? They can ask. Maybe someone have some confusion, maybe. Any query? Any confusion, student? Hello. Student, my voice is audible, right?
Yes, sir, audible.
But is it understandable or not? Any question or any confusion you can ask, no issue. I can again elaborate this thing. Means where your confusion? See, these type of math actually you have to do. Okay, can I again explain this thing? Any
Yes,
confusion?
sir.
See,
XG.
okay, okay. See, actually, this type of math is very simple. You have to do only all the thing, all the means assumption from the your, take first any position as a 0 0. Okay, take any position. Suppose this is your question, na? Suppose this is your L-shaped question, right? Suppose this is your L-shaped question. So first you have to take any location. Suppose this one, this one, this one, any corner, take as a 0 0. Okay, and then you have to find the distance of each elements CG. Means I have means this portion, this L-shaped question I divide into two segments. Na? One is this segment, this is segment 1, another one is this. Na? So this is I have taken as a segment 2. Up to this, is it clear? Na? The two segment I divide this question. And as this is your coordinate, so this is your coordinate, right? This portion. Same thing, na? So if it is like that, as for this element 1, what is the centroid? The middle portion. So that middle portion, what is the distance? This is 5, and this is middle is means 1, 1 on 1, both, na? So middle, so there is 1. So this is 5 and this is 1. Then the distance of this x1 y1 location from the 0 0, how much? Along y it is nothing but this is 5 and this is 2, na? This is already 2. This is 2. So along y1, so y1 final is nothing but the y1 plus the distance from this x means from 0 0, the distance. So that is 2. So that's why I'm saying this is 5 plus 2, 7. So that is your y1 final. Clear? Is it clear or not? Anyone have any confusion, please ask. If anyone have any confusion, please ask. It is clear then, right? Okay. Then I think you all can easily understand this thing up to this. So you similar method by using this type of problem, similar equation, try to solve a question. Suppose it is given like suppose it is given a area of, suppose a area which is like this this and this. Suppose this is your area, okay, in total. And in question said, for this composite area you have to find out the centroid of this composite area. So this is your assignment, okay? You have to solve this at your own. If anyone have any query, then you can ask me, no issue. So by today I think I can end the CG portion, means finding out the centroid. From tomorrow we shall start the moment of inertia, okay? Means find out if it is in question, suppose if it is written that you already have find out the CG, means center of gravity or centroid, then the next portion actually come na. I already discussed with you, that is the parallel axis theorem, perpendicular axis theorem. So in next portion will come actually, that is the moment of inertia. So from tomorrow with example I can show you the how to solve that type of problem. Clear? Anyone have any query, they can ask. Up to this, is it clear? Student, please reply. Anyone have any question or nothing? Please say, sir, yes or no. Please say something.
Sir, give measurements for this diagram.
Okay, okay. Uh, Arbitrary, what can I say? Suppose this, write down yourself. Take this one as 5 because I forgot maybe. So you just remember me. Hmm? This is suppose 5. Take this one also as 5. If it is 5, then take this one, the radius 2.5. If it is 2.5, then this total is how much? 5. This is also take as a 5. Huh? So 5, 5, 2.5. So this is 12.5, right? So 12.5, this portion also then 5. Now clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Actually, I want to solve another type of problem, but actually, if I started, then it will automatically closed. Actually, so that's why I am not started today. I just give you a short brief about that. That is, suppose I already told you, na, that what is the Pappus theorem. I already told, na, that any surface or any line, if it revolve around any axis, then it will give its shape by
No, sir.
yes, yes. I already discussed. I think you maybe are not in that class, maybe, but I discussed the Pappus theorem. Okay.
Repeat
I just
again, sir.
uh, please write down because otherwise you again maybe forgot. So that is called theorem of Pappus. Okay. So what he told actually, suppose you have any axis, hmm, you have any axis and any line element is there. Sorry, anyone have any question? Please mute yourself otherwise. Suppose any, similarly another axis, suppose any another 2D is there. So the theorem is like that. The area, you can write also, the area of the area of the surface generated by rotating any plane curve about a non intersecting axis in its plane is equal to the product of the length L of the curve and the distance traveled generated by a by rotating any plane curve about a non-intersecting axis. The example is, suppose this is your x-axis and any plane curve is there. hmm? Suppose this is one curve, this is one curve. Suppose any plane curve is there. So if it rotate, then it will generate the surface area. And the theorem is like this. So non-intersecting axis, it is a plane is equals to the product of the length L of the curve and the distance is traveled by its centroid. So for any circular section, what is the centroid? This portion. So the amount of traveling length it will travel, suppose when it is actually rotate na, with respect to this x-axis, if this circle is rotate, then the area should be the this perimeter of this circle and the area amount means and the length which is traveled in the circular way. So suppose it is 2 pi r and the again 2 pi r. So that is your area. Similarly, another theorem is there. Suppose instead of plane curves, right? Instead of plane curve, suppose these are the solid, for example. So if it is solid and if it is rotate, then it creates some volume. So the theorem 2 is regarding the volume, that is, please write down, huh? The volume of the solid generated by rotating any plane shape or can figure any shape or figure about any non intersecting axis in its plane is equal to the product of the area of that figure and the distance traveled by its centroid. Okay, so these two theorem are called these two theorem means 1 and 2 both, huh? Theorem called as theorem of Pappus. Okay, this is theorem of Pappus. Now I have written all the things so that you can next time not say sir not discuss. So now it is okay. Anyone have any question now?
Sir, will you explain theorem 2 again?
Okay. Actually, you can see in the previous one what we discussed, that is any circular portion. Na? This is actually not a surface, means this is not a surface area. This is only a line curve, na? Circular circle. This is only a simple circle. Suppose instead of circle, suppose you have a circular disc, for example, circular area, circular surface area. This is circular surface area. Suppose this surface area now with respect to any axis rotate, okay, with respect to any axis, suppose if it is rotate, then what it generate? It generates some this type of things it will generate, right? Solid, this type of solid thing it will generate. This is the total. So the what is the volume? So that is actually written here. That is the product of the area and of this figure and the distance it traveled by its centroid. That is the volume. That is the actually the theorem. Is it understandable or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? I could not understand actually.
Yes, sir. It's under.
Okay, okay. Means suppose here it is actually color. I have to change. No, I have to change the color. Suppose this circle is here, na, here, and this is your actually axis. So when this circle actually, this is solid, instead of circle, this is a solid portion, circular plane, you can say. If it is rotate with respect to this x-axis, then it will create this type of solid, na. So that is so what is the volume? That is the what is the volume? The volume is the circular plane area multiplied with the distance traveled by its centroid. So that is the volume. So one is the volume, one is this is the theorem 2 is the for finding out the volume from the Pappus theorem, and theorem 1 is the finding out the surface area from the Pappus theorem. Clear? I think it is clear everyone, na? Now. Okay, so let's end my lecture here for today. Huh? Thank you.